Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Blackhawk Christian tonight. Matchup between the Blackhawk Christian Braves coming in at 3-0 on the season, and the Woodlan Warriors coming in at 1-4. Along with Paul Suvar, I'm Brian Greenwald. Welcome to the broadcast tonight. Tonight, a battle of Woodlan coming in, young team, only one senior on the roster, coming in against Blackhawk Christian, going tonight without one of their best players, Caleb First, out with a hand injury that he suffered last night. Got Darren McCown getting ready to do the announcements in the starting lineups, so we will go down to him right now, and we'll be back with action right after the starting lineups. athleticism of the Braves even shows in the pregame introductions.
Yes,
Michael Pulver even hits the floor on the pregame introductions. Never seen anything like it. Welcome to the broadcast here tonight, folks. We have the starting lineups for Woodlan. They go with Bayman, Reedy, Wiedenhof, Mendenhall, and Joe Reedy. Blackhawk goes with the traditional starting lineup, except Abe Hicks, the senior, gets his first varsity start in place of sophomore Caleb First tonight. Frankie Davidson will jump center against Joe Reedy. The tip is up. Michael Pulver has it. Blackhawk Christian has possession. Pulver starts top of the key. He's guarded by Benjamin Reedy. Here's Frankie Davidson inside for two.
Nice. Good play right there at the offset here. Frankie Davidson being aggressive at the onset.
Wide open layup is good for Woodlan.
Nice. Good strong
Number 12,
move.
Mitch Mendenhall.
Yeah, Mendenhall. Strong move to the 10.
Marcus Davidson outside, in and out, no good. Nice rebound by Zane Burke, up and in.
Beautiful work on the glass there by Zane. Good positioning by him. Corral that rebound, put it straight back up and in.
Benjamin Reedy with the floor. Gets it over to Bayman on the right-hand side. Mendenhall tries to drive baseline against Pulver. Gets it out to Wiedenhof. Nice backdoor cut all the way up and in by Bayman.
Beautiful give and go right there. Backdoor. Easy layup for Bayman.
Score tied up at 4 early on here in the first quarter. Michael Pulver gets it left side to Burke. Looking inside to Davidson. Davidson looks
Nice
inside. Nice look to Abe Hicks for two.
Beautiful touch pass right there as the double team came. Frankie saw it, dumped it over to Abe.
5-second call against the Warriors. Right before the coach tried to get the 30-second timeout there. Blackhawk will take possession underneath their own basket.
Well, Woodland's got some shooters, but with the absence of Caleb First on the floor, the first couple possessions here, they've really tried to attack the paint.
Frankie up and in. Count it and a foul.
No, we don't have Caleb down on the block roaming around in the paint. We do have Frankie Davidson in his 6'6" frame. Again, there's going to be a significant size advantage down there as Frankie takes his man off the dribble, curling into the paint. Boy, absorbed that contact and was able to finish at the rim.
Mitch Mendenhall with the foul, his first. Frankie nails the free throw. 5 early points for Davidson. 9-4, a 5-point advantage for the Braves. Ball up quickly for the Warriors. Nice block there by Pulver on Bayman. Tries to get the ball up quickly. Nice recovery by Reedy. Couldn't quite corral it, though, out of bounds.
Wow, tremendous block by the shortest fellow on the floor. And Michael Pulver being able to sky high and contest that shot at his apex, sending it back.
That's good because he was facing a 2-on-1 fast break against him. He was the only one back for the Braves.
I'll tell you, boy, you go back and look at the tape from Elkhart Christian last night's game. The Eagles had quite a few opportunities at the rim. Once they were able to break the press, they had a few 3-on-1, 3-on-2 fast breaks they just weren't able to convert on and really count that to the Braves' benefit. Good transition defense.
Frankie Davidson, baseline for the buckets. Woodlan wanted to push off against Frankie. The referees didn't see that. Interesting defense for the Warriors on that. They've got one of their shorter guys actually guarding Davidson down underneath.
Maybe the thought process is put up some resistance, and we saw the first couple of possessions that Frankie got it down on the block. They sent an extra defender at him to double team him. So maybe allow Frankie to catch it initially and then send the extra man to try and get it out of his hands. Hasn't worked out for Woodland so far, but we'll see how it goes for the rest of the night.
Yeah, you would expect Joe Reedy to be guarding him. Joe Reedy is 6'5". Instead, Benjamin Reedy is guarding him. He's 5'11".
There we go.
Nice steal there by Frankie. Got 1-on-3, and they take off his arm, and the foul called there against Wiedenhof. His first. Anything to stop the bucket there for Woodland.
Tremendous defense by Frankie on the other side of the court there. Sticking up those long arms, getting him in the passing lane, picking off that pass, and Frankie turning the jets on, heading back to the offense. Taking it to the rack, getting that contact.
Jim gets very quiet as Davidson nails the first free throw. 8 points so far for Frankie. 12-4 is our score. Second one also good. You mentioned last night that Frankie would go back and look at the tape and be disappointed with his free throw shooting, and he's nailed them all so far here tonight.
He's just too good of a shooter.
Oh, nice play there by Mendenhall.
A little stop, hesitation dribble, pulls it back, and then explodes to the rim. Again, he takes that contact and finishes at the cup.
Foul on Michael Pulver. That's his first of the night. Pulver was playing catch-up from the beginning there as he went for the steal in the backcourt, and then he tried to catch up all the way back down the court. Missed free throw there by Mendenhall. Frankie with the board. Abe Hicks down to Marcus Davidson. Marcus Davidson coming off a big night last night against Elkhart Christian.
Yes.
Gets it back out to Frankie. Frankie looks across the court. Zane Burke, corner three.
Beautiful.
Nailed it.
Boy, great find over the top. Frankie finding his partner in crime, Zane Burke, in the right corner. Splashing it home.
Burke, another guy who had a big night last night against Elkhart Christian. Nice block out against Pulver, and Burke comes down with the board.
Nice look. Oh!
Joe Reedy with nice hands there to knock it away as they were looking ahead to Marcus Davidson. Out of bounds underneath to the Braves.
Yeah, half beat slow on that pass, though, but good thought, good thought. Marcus was parking underneath on that left-hand block, looking to receive that fast break. Oh!
Pulver looked to get it into Frankie, threw it just a little too hard. Joe Reedy leading the break. Nice defense by Zane Burke. Looks ahead to Frankie Davidson all the way in for the layup.
What a smart play by Frankie. Great catch over his shoulder. Oh, tipped it out. Yep. Tipped that ball right up. It hit the backside of the backboard. Woodlan maintains possession. A fast break. Frankly, a great catch in stride, and then he was able to shield off the defender with his off hand and lay it off softly off the glass. Really smooth-looking play. Challenging, though, difficult.
Joe Reedy with a nice driving layup for two. Reedy's first points of the game.
Yeah, Woodlan really aggressive going to the basket so far. Again, I think they understand they don't have the 6'10 frame of Caleb First there to contest shots, and trying to take advantage of every opportunity that they have.
Zane Burke, top of the key for three.
Goodness.
23-8. Braves with the lead. Mendenhall looks for help, gets it out to Benjamin Reedy. Reedy in the lane against Hicks, drops it off for Bayman, no good. There's Hicks with the board. Hicks is running for the Braves. Looks left side, gets to Pulver. Pulver looks for his own shot, instead gets the offensive foul. Woodlan had nice position there on the drive. Pulver tried to take it all the way in. Pulver's second foul already. He'll come out of the ball game. Trinity Clark checks in for the Braves.
That was something encouraging we saw from last night as well, as Michael started to look for his own offense a little bit as they played Elkhart Christian last night. And that's going to be really important for Michael to kind of continue to develop throughout the season, because you got to be able to keep teams honest.
Joe Reedy, nice pass over, no good. Zane Burke with the board for Blackhawk. He's going to run. Gets it out to Clark. Nice shot fake into the lane for Clark for two.
Nice. Good hard drive there by Trinity, taking it into the paint. Nice little kiss off the glass.
Trinity Clark may see some extended time here with Pulver's foul trouble and first out of the game.
Oh,
Hicks with a nice steal. Marcus Davidson lost the ball. Benjamin Reedy comes up with it. Fast break for Woodlan. Zane Burke gets all the way back and stops the layup but picks up the foul. Nice hustle back by Burke.
No doubt. I mean, that was a 2-on-0 there at about midcourt, and Zane hustled back to be able to contest that shot at the rim and able to deflect it, but he did get him at the body. So, yeah, 2 free throws going Woodland's way.
Mendenhall, the 6'3 junior, steps to the line for two. First one off the front rim, no good. Connor Norman checked in for Woodlan a few minutes ago, 5'7 junior. Mendenhall goes for number 2. In and out, no good. Frankie Davidson with the board for the Braves. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 23-8 is our score. Marcus Davidson has it out top of the key. Look down for his brother Frankie. Abe Hicks will find Frankie instead. Nice cut by Hicks.
There you go.
Oh, in and out, no good on the layup. They're going to call Davidson, I think, underneath, crashing the boards.
Aggressive play there by Frankie, though. I love that he's attacking the glass on the offensive side of the ball as well. Might have gone over the back.
Maybe.
He might have.
The only senior on Woodland's roster, Jack Stuckey, checks into the ball game for the Warriors. One thing about Frankie, with his tall frame and his aggressive style underneath, he doesn't get into a lot of foul trouble.
That's true.
And that's a key for the Blackhawk Braves.
Yeah, it's going to be that much more imperative that he stays out of foul trouble in the upcoming games, however many games that Caleb first misses. All of a sudden, Frankie becomes the biggest body that the Braves can roll out on a night-to-night basis.
Nice body control by Hicks. Couldn't get the layup to go.
Nice.
I'm sorry, by Clark. Hicks comes up with the steal. Davidson gets to the head. There's Zane Burke spinning Trinity Clark on the baseline. He's going to pull it back out and get it all set up. Nice transition back by Woodlan. Frankie Davidson underneath. Davidson has the hook. They're going to call Jack Stuckey on the foul.
Stuckey's trying to mix it up with Frankie a little bit, get under his skin, body him up, be physical with him. That's not a bad play. If you're giving up 8 inches.
Davidson off the rim. Here come the Warriors. Mendenhall leaves it down. Nice block there by Clark. Nice hustle by the Warriors. Mendenhall up with it. Gets the shooter's touch.
Boy, soft touch around the rim, fading to the right. Able to get it up there on the rim and let it crawl in.
Mendenhall with 6 points tonight. Cross court, Trinity Clark wide
Nice
open
shot.
for the three.
A great find by Zane Burke with the skip pass over the top. They are really helping over the top. Woodlan is on Frankie Davidson down on the block, leaving Trinity wide open for that three.
Joe Reedy, nice penetration against Burke and gets for the two.
Good move. Cutting it into the paint and then drop stepping back over his left shoulder. Kiss it off the glass. Nice play.
Joe Reedy, Woodland's tallest player, 6'5" out there. He's got a nice penetration move though. And looks like they're going to call Marcus Davidson on the offensive foul as he went barreling in there. Marcus Davidson picks up his first. Cooper Wild checks into the ball game for the Braves, replacing Trinity Clark. Wiedenhof back in for the Warriors. Cooper Wild with a nice steal for the Braves. Gets it to Davidson. Nice look to Zane Burke.
Oh, there it is.
Couldn't get it, but the foul called on the play.
Yeah, a lot of hang time there from Zane. Again, Frankie getting that ball down on the block off the steal by Cooper Wild. Again, being patient, allowing Zane to cut into the lane and then hitting him in stride. And what Zane did, he leaped, he leapt, and then again hung in the air for it seemed like 3 seconds absorbing that contact.
Burke with 9 points here in the first quarter. Aiden Bayman checks back into the ball game. Wiedenhof has to go out with those 2 fouls. Burke hits number 2. 10 points for Burke. Bayman with a long 3 left-hand side off front rim. Nice rebound for the Warriors. That's Stuckey in there. Stuckey left-hand side with it.
Yeah, Braves settling into a kind of a 1-3-1 look on defense.
Benjamin Reedy looked like he was thinking about the long 3. Bayman finds inside. Nice move by Mendenhall. Picks up the foul on Hicks. That's number 2 on Hicks.
Yeah, great pass by Joe Reedy down to Mendenhall, cutting into the lane, finding the soft part of that 1-3-1. Kind of vacated there. Marcus didn't rotate around quite quickly enough, leaving that soft area open.
Mendenhall finds the touch for the first. The Braves now with 2 point guards, both with 2 fouls here early on in the ball game. Michael Pulver and Abe Hicks. Mendenhall gets it to go.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we're talking a minute left in the first quarter, and for the rest of the first and into the second, Woodland's going to be in the bonus. Every foul called.
Jake Boyer checks into the ball game, the freshman for Blackhawk Christian. Looks like Zane Burke will probably take over the point here for Blackhawk. A role he really hasn't had to take on so far yet this season.
Very capable, though. Good ball handler, good decision maker. Very high basketball IQ.
Boyer out top. Thought about Frankie underneath. In a little bit of trouble. Gets it out to Cooper Wild. Burke has it again. Nice screen by Wild. Burke with the jump shot, no good. Frankie with the long arms
Nice.
at the board and the putback.
Crashing the offensive glass. Frankie corralling it in. Easy putback for him.
13 points for Frankie Davidson. 30-14 is our score. 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Reedy gets it over to Bayman. Bayman has Frankie way up high. Mendenhall shoots the three in the corner, no good. Over the back on Stuckey. Nice position there by Cooper Wild.
Yeah, good box out there.
Stuckey, the senior, picks up his second foul of the ball game. Just like that, Woodlan, a quick substitution. Connor Norman in the ball game, replacing Stuckey. 5 team fouls in the first quarter here on Woodlan.
For all the different lineup combinations that we've seen thus far through 3 games for the Braves, this is kind of a new one. I don't recall seeing these 5 out on the floor at the same time in the previous 3 games.
I can safely say that hasn't happened. Zane Burke, nice dribbling, nice penetration, and they're not going to call the shot, but he does get the foul on the play. It's like 22, Connor Norman with the foul, his first. 16th foul, the next foul on Woodlan, and Blackhawk will be in the bonus.
He's shooting a lot of free throws in the second quarter here, Brian.
Could be a long game, Paul.
Oh, man.
Frankie Davidson has it baseline. Fall away, jumper no good as the buzzer expires. We've reached the end of the first quarter. Your score, Blackhawk Christian 30, Woodlan 14. We'll be right back on The Voice.
Are you looking for a wholesome place for your 7th grader to be active and meet new friends? Then bring your student to a YMCA in Allen, Whitley, or Wells County for a full YMCA membership. At the Y, we help kids develop to their fullest potential through achievement, belonging, and character development, all while having a great time. We offer a free Y membership to 7th graders during a time when they can benefit most. Just bring proof of residency and 7th grade status with you to sign up. We can't wait to meet you at the Y.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and are all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question.
If your question was who's winning after one quarter here at the ball game, that answer is Blackhawk Christian. Welcome back. Second quarter action of Blackhawk Christian between the Braves and the Woodlan Warriors. Along with Paul Suvar, I'm Brian Greenwald. 30-14 is our second quarter score. Blackhawk Christian with the lead. Joe Reedy with a three-pointer out of the corner for the Warriors.
Good ball rotation right there. Again, the defense that the Braves are coming out here at the start of the second quarter is that 1-3-1 again. Being able to swing that ball over to the left-hand corner and splash it home.
Marcus Davidson with the miss. Zane Burke with a nice rebound. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Nice offensive board by Zane underneath.
And the Braves have done some work on the offensive glass tonight, whether it's been Frankie Davidson or Zane Burke. Both individuals keeping plays alive and maintaining possession for their squad, either getting easy putbacks or just as Zane did, drawing that foul.
Zane Burke steps to the line. Landon Kilgus into the ball game for the Braves. Yet another offensive lineup that we have not seen so far this season out of Coach Davidson.
Goodness.
Kilgus getting some early time. In the corner, Bayman for the Braves. Mitch Mendenhall on the drive. Bayman shoots the three. Davidson with a nice board for Blackhawk. I'm sorry, that was Reedy out of the corner with the three-point shot. Davidson, Mendenhall guarding him. Davidson thought he was getting fouled. Nice offensive board by Burke, and he does get fouled. Nice work underneath once again by Burke.
Yeah, definitely there was some contact out on the perimeter, but I don't think that the officials were looking to award Frankie those 3 free throws, maybe feeling that he initiated the contact on that shot. Yeah, tough play there.
Well, and one thing you'll say is, I mean, you don't see Frankie talking to the officials very much.
True.
So, I mean, you know that he felt like he got fouled on that play.
Yep. There was definitely contact for sure.
Burke nails the first free throw. 3 of 4 from the line so far tonight. Hits the second one as well. 12 points tonight already for Zane Burke. 32-17 our score. The Braves with the lead. Woodlan brings the ball up the court with Connor Norman. Gets it to Reedy out top. Reedy's guarded by Kilgus. Reedy looking for the penetration against Kilgus. Nice tip away there by Kilgus. Cooper Wild, a little too close on the defense there, and he's going to get called for the foul. It's Wild's first.
Yeah,
Woodlan in the bonus.
Different varieties of substitutions that are coming in for the Braves tonight. They're kind of bouncing back and forth between 1-3-1 zone defense, and the last couple possessions now they're throwing man-to-man back at Woodlan.
Free throws good there by Norman.
And out on the floor right now, I mean, typically if they are playing that 1-3-1, the baseline to baseline runners, typically Michael Pulver or an Abe Hicks, possibly a Trinity Clark, and they just don't have that quickness from that position currently on the floor right now.
Nice board by Kilgus. Zane Burke in the corner. Tried to get Frankie Davidson. Nice tip pass there by Wild. Kilgus. Marcus Davidson found himself open for three. Off the backboard, no good. Nice board by Cooper Wild. Wild fights forward on the floor, but they're going to get him on the reach-in foul. Nice aggressive move there by Wild, but they got him for being just a touch too aggressive.
That happens to be his second foul of the evening as well.
We got Michael Pulver and Abe Hicks checking back into the ball game though. Wild and Kilgus check out. Some nice minutes there by both young men.
Yep.
And as we reach the second quarter here, Coach Davidson feels comfortable getting Pulver and Hicks back in there with their two fouls. They're going to call Woodlan with the free throw lane violation as Joe Reedy a little too aggressive getting into the lane there.
Yeah, he jumped the gun on that, and Frankie reacted to him.
We've got the timeout, 20-second timeout here by Woodlan. Some interesting lineup combinations here by Coach Davidson as a few of the guards get into early foul trouble. Some good minutes early on by guys who don't see the early minutes all that often. You know, Cooper Wild, Landon Kilgus, some nice boards, some nice aggressive play. Now he settles back into what's a little bit more of a normal lineup for him as we have 6.5 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's a luxury to have a deep bench and be able to draw from it, even at the first half. And it's unique circumstances, without a doubt. And Caleb First is out with an injury tonight, and so far we're 6 minutes and 20 seconds to play yet in the second quarter. Boy, the Braves have amassed 9 fouls already, so every other foul, every other whistle is going to come with at least 2 free throws attached to them. So, I mean, the Braves are kind of in a little bit of foul trouble across the board, whether it's Pulver with 2, Cooper with 2. We can go down the line. There's others with 2 as well. So it's good. A nice luxury for Coach Davidson to be able to kind of go deep into his bench and kind of mix and match with some of those different lineups.
And for Woodlan, Woodlan's being very aggressive on the offensive end. I mean, they are drawing those fouls with their aggressive moves to the basket, getting some guys open for some three-point looks, but really aggressive, hard moves to the basket for the Warriors tonight. And that's part of what's keeping these guys in foul trouble.
Yeah, without question. They have really tried to put their heads down and take it to the rack. And turnover here.
Joe Reedy all the way with the left-hand layup.
Yeah, a little mishandling of the ball right there by Marcus. Easy steal there by Joe Reedy.
Marcus comes back in, misses the layup. Benjamin Reedy comes up with the rebound, and Woodlan's going to push ahead. 32-20 our score. Bayman has it left-hand side. Hicks almost with the steal. Instead, we got a wide open three from Mendenhall off the rim. Good position by Marcus Davidson underneath for the board. Michael Pulver back into the game, running point for the Braves. He has it right-hand side. Burke and Davidson both underneath. Abe Hicks finds himself open. Buries the three.
Boy, rising up right there, confident stroke. They left him wide open, trying to, again, double-team Frankie down on the block. Abe Hicks, the benefactor there.
Nice hustle back by Pulver as Woodlan was looking at a 2-on-1 fast break. Joe Reedy, nice pull-up, couldn't quite get it. Pulver comes away with the board. Gets the head to Frankie Davidson. Right-hand side, cross-court to Zane Burke. Burke drives baseline, gets it out to Abe Hicks, same spot. Nah, not the right result that time. Michael Pulver up. Abe Hicks finds the layup after the offensive board.
Boy, crash into offensive glass, a big factor here in the first half for the Braves.
Bayman comes down. Nice hustle back by Hicks. Bayman knocks down the jumper.
Nice shot
Nice
by
look.
Bayman.
Again, nice hustle to get back after looked like it was going to be another 2-on-1 fast break. Hicks hustled back, but left Bayman open, and a nice jump shot by him. Zane Burke open with a three-pointer.
It's an easy two-man game that's being played right now. Frankie Davidson and Zane Burke. Dump it down to Frankie. They get double team, make the easy pass out to Zane for the wide open three.
Mendenhall goes into Pulver and hits the baseline jumper. Nice shot, his first points of the quarter. 10 points for the game for Mitch Mendenhall. Nice game so far. Frankie Davidson down low. Yeah, they got him for the offensive foul there as he backed into Mendenhall. That's Frankie's second. That's what the Woodland bench has been looking for all night long, and they finally got the call they've been looking for.
They've been begging for it. Yeah. You know what? As an official, sometimes you give the little man the benefit of the doubt, and that's pretty much all that Woodland's been guarding Frankie with. Players that are 6, 7, 8 inches shorter than he is. A little bit of contact there. And there has been some physicality between both Woodland and Frankie, no question about it. But they might have been a little bit of an acting job on that play as well.
Nice steal by Abe Hicks. Hicks is going to take it all the way and in the lane. Couldn't quite get it. Pulver tries to tip it up, no good. Mendenhall, fast break time for Woodland. He's going to go all the way out of control, but he gets his own pass back. And they've got Frankie for the push, and that's number 3 for Davidson. Man, Woodland goes out of control down here on this side, and they get bailed out on the foul call.
Well, this is, again, a position that the early onset of this season, the Braves have not found themselves in. One of their star players in foul trouble. Already with Caleb First being out for the game with an injury that he's nursing. The Braves are going to have to cobble together a variety of different lineups and try and find offense from different areas.
Mendenhall found himself out of control there.
Yes, definitely. He was wildly out of control.
When Frankie rejected his pass, it came right back to him on the baseline as he was falling out of bounds. The referee said that Frankie gave him just enough of a nudge to get that foul called on him.
Yeah, it was. I think you're right, too, as he blocked that pass. Kind of Frankie's natural momentum was carrying him out of bounds to the baseline. It just created that contact.
Second one by Mendenhall, also good. Mendenhall, 12 points tonight. And here's a situation you don't find very often. The tallest guy on the court for Blackhawk Christian is 6'2".
How about that?
Zane Burke, and that's him on the three. Sophomore having himself a big game, 18 points.
That's huge.
43-26. Blackhawk with the lead. Zane Burke all alone with the layup. And Woodland actually made maybe a bad bounce there. Went off the referee, or it would have just been over and back. Instead, it's a fast break steal for the Braves.
Yeah.
And Burke goes all the way in for 2.
Fortuitous for Blackhawk right there. Errant pass, ricocheted off the official.
Benjamin Reedy with a nice spin in the lane. Cooper Wild with a big board for the Braves. Michael Pulver. Penetration in the lane. Tries to find Burke. Corner 3. Zane Burke. Can't miss tonight.
That's about that.
And the sophomore is fouled after with good reason. We got a timeout on the court, a 4-minute timeout. Blackhawk Christian expands its lead 48-26 here on The Voice.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian, otherwise known as the Zane Burke Show tonight.
The Zane
23
zone.
points. All the way down, Zane Burke. And that's going to go out of bounds to the Braves. Never touched. So I think that ball is going to come all the way back underneath Blackhawk Christian's basket. Almost thought Zane was going to pick up a quick, cheap foul there on that long pass, but
I don't think either player knew where the ball was exactly, and Zane got caught up in the air. It looked like he was getting a piggyback ride.
Marcus Davidson has it on the left-hand side. Nice screen by Burke. He has it in the lane, shoots it over. Reedy couldn't quite get it. Burke fought for the rebound, and Cooper Wild fought for the board. Yeah. Benjamin Reedy comes out with it for Woodlan. Joe Reedy, right-hand side. All of a sudden, Joe Reedy becomes the tallest guy on the court right now at 6'5". He penetrates against Wild. Offensive foul, Joe Reedy.
Beautiful positioning right there by Cooper Wild. Again, shuffling his feet, absorbing that contact, and Joe Reedy again extending that arm out. Cooper Wild has the right to that position, and Joe Reedy decided to displace him with his off arm. And that's an offensive foul every time.
Cooper Wild getting some great minutes in here for the Braves tonight. Fighting for the rebounds. Great position on defense there. Putting in some great minutes for Blackhawk Christian. And they're going to need that off the bench tonight with some guys in foul trouble.
Yep.
Zane Burke looks for the screen from Wild. Left-hand side, Abe Hicks short on the three-pointer. Gets his own rebound. Tries to get it taken away there. Looks like that's Mitch Mendenhall on the floor. They get Hicks out of there as they were in a little bit of a scrum there. They calling the intentional foul or a technical. I'm not sure what the referee's calling here.
I think they got a foul on. We'll sort out who the foul was on. But his
initial foul, I think, was Mendenhall. And there's the foul on Mendenhall.
Yep. Yeah, as Abe got that offensive rebound off that long miss by himself, he followed it up, and then Mendenhall came over the top of him and trying to strip that ball away and grabbing his arm. And there's a tussle. Yeah, I think just the momentum of both of the players kind of carried them forward, and they both ended up on the ground. It looked a lot worse than what it probably was.
Abe Hicks misses the first. As the official was aggressively calling the hold foul, it looked like he was calling something more than that.
Yes.
The crowd reacted to it as well, I could tell, so I think they thought it was more as well. Abe Hicks, the senior, hits the second one.
Yes.
8 points tonight so far for Hicks. 49-26 our score, minute 45 remaining in the second quarter.
Good look.
And they're going to call the blocking foul there on Michael Pulver. That's Pulver's third tonight.
Yeah, boy, at that stage of the game where the Woodland player was, we talking, that's Brendan Donovan got some JV minutes tonight. The position that Donovan found himself in was underneath the basket, and there are times you just have to live to fight another day and give up that position. Michael Pulver picking up that third foul of his was really unnecessary based off the position that Donovan placed himself in.
Donovan, the lefty, gets his second shot. It's good. Donovan gets himself on the scoreboard. 6-foot sophomore. Zane Burke. Nice underneath layup for two.
Boy, aggressive play there by Zane, trying to figure out where the offense is coming from with Caleb on the shelf tonight, and then Frankie with foul trouble. Zane is the answer.
Out Benjamin Reedy, right hand corner three, off the rim, no good. Nice inside position by Joe Reedy, couldn't get it, and Cooper Wild's there with the board, and they're going to get Benjamin Reedy with the foul back court.
A very physical game tonight, both sides of the ball, and the officials are calling it tight.
The officials saw, possibility of it getting out of control earlier there with Hicks and Mendenhall on the floor, and they don't want anything like that to happen, so they're going to start calling that a little bit closer.
That's wise. That's wise on their part. Make sure they're maintaining control of the game.
Cooper Wild gets himself on the scoreboard with the free throw there.
And all of that's really with the interest of the players in mind, trying to keep everybody safe.
Wiedenhof back into the ball game for the Warriors. Wild hits number 2. 53-27, a minute 15 remaining. Jacob Lindsay, the senior, checked in for Michael Pulver a few minutes ago. We forgot to mention that. Donovan has it against Lindsay. Looks for a little help. Gets it from Wiedenhof. Now Donovan. Gets it inside to Reedy, low pass. He picks it up, though, and nice layup for Reedy.
Yeah, good move right there again. Understanding his size advantage right there, going straight up over the top.
Abe Hicks to Zane Burke. Burke right-hand baseline. Gets it all the way out to Marcus Davidson. Left-hand layup. Couldn't quite get it. Defensive rebound by Donovan. Davidson just can't get things to drop tonight after scoring, I think, 25 last night against Elkhart Central. Reedy, left-hand three, no good. Gets his own board. Gets it up over Lindsay, no good. Nice offensive rebound there by Donovan for 2.
Yeah, good minutes by Donovan off the bench for Woodlan tonight as well.
14 seconds to go here in the half. 10 seconds. Abe Hicks gets a screen from Burke. Burke pops out, three-pointer on the way off, no good. Cooper Wild tried to get the offensive rebound out of bounds to the Warriors. 2.7 remaining before the half. Coach Davidson going to put in Austin McIntosh here to get Abe Hicks out of the ballgame and not pick up a third foul on Hicks.
That's wise.
As we play a little full-court pressure. 2.7, you got to watch for the long pass here from the Warriors. Reedy gets it into Joe Reedy. Joe Reedy puts up the half-court shot, and it doesn't go at the buzzer. Halftime score, Blackhawk Christian 53, Woodlan 31. We'll be back with second half action in a few minutes here on The Voice.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So, where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in Northern Indiana. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Indiana, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard. Always do your best. And if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair, brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance representative said the shop you selected isn't on their approved list and you should choose from their list.
False. You are not required to visit these shops, and doing so could put you at a disadvantage in settling your claim and receiving a high-quality repair.
In business since 1951, Lawrence Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrencebodyshop.com.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Indiana. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph!
Yeah!
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Are you looking for a wholesome place for your 7th grader to be active and meet new friends? Then bring your student to a YMCA in Allen, Whitley, or Wells County for a free YMCA membership. At the Y, we help kids develop to their fullest potential through achievement, belonging, and character development, all while having a great time. We offer a free Y membership to 7th graders during a time when they can benefit most. Just bring proof of residency and 7th grade status with you to sign up. We can't wait to meet you at the Y.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your trusted choice in northern Indiana. For 30 years, we have treated all walks of life, from peewees to professionals and Olympians and everyone in between. As a patient, you can schedule at any of our 18 conveniently located clinics without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician throughout your treatment. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find one of our 18 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you. Choose IPT to get back to work, life, and play today. Celebrating 30 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Costly misconceptions about collision repair, brought to you by Lauren's Body Shop.
The insurance representative said the shop you selected isn't on their approved list, and you should choose from their list.
False. You are not required to visit these shops, and doing so could put you at a disadvantage in settling your claim and receiving a high-quality repair.
In business since 1951, Lauren's Body Shop on East Dustman Road specializes in insurance collision repair, offers free estimates, and an outstanding limited lifetime warranty. Visit lawrensbodyshop.com.
Question: when you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian, along with Paul Suvar. I'm Brian Greenwalt. Welcome to the Voice Network. Second half action, 53-31, our halftime score. Blackhawk Christian with the lead over the Woodlan Warriors. Leading scorer there in that first half, Zane Burke, the sophomore for Blackhawk Christian. 5 3-pointers on his way to 25 points. Also contributed 5 boards and was just all over the place. And for a while, it just seemed like he couldn't miss.
He was on fire, no doubt about it. I mean, from the outside, inside as well, he was corralling offensive rebounds and getting easy putbacks for the Braves as well. Zane was a very, very, very bright spot in the first half of what happened to be an extremely bright spot for really the team as a whole, scoring 53 and limiting Woodlan to only 31.
Yeah, an odd first half there. Obviously, Caleb first tonight, broke a finger on his right hand last night in the action versus Elkhart Central. Doesn't play tonight. You got Michael Pulver and Abe Hicks both pick up 2 fouls early on, and then all of a sudden in that second quarter, Frankie picks up his second foul. And, we had some times out there early on that you didn't recognize the lineups out there. Not that you didn't recognize the guys, but they hadn't played together like this.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, a mixed match of individuals that Coach Davidson pulled out off of his bench, but all of which provided really good minutes on him.
Oh, yeah. Frankie Davidson with the stuff.
Boy, good way to start the second half there. Steal, kick ahead to Frankie with the flush.
Davidson went scoreless in that second quarter, partly because of his foul trouble.
Yep.
But he comes out early on with a big slam for Blackhawk, pushing the lead to 24. Woodlan back on the attack. Frankie Davidson with a near steal. Went off his foot, though, out of bounds to the Warriors.
Nice minutes in the first half from Cooper Wild specifically. He came off the bench and really provided a spark when, you're right, a variety of Braves players were in foul trouble, be it Pulver or Frankie or Abe. Well, there was just a lot of fouls being accumulated in the first half, really on both sides of the ball.
Kick there by Zane Burke. It'll go out of bounds to the Warriors. Yeah, your starting lineup back in here for Blackhawk here right now, and I believe your starting lineup back in there for Woodlan as well. Woodlan looking to get some answers. They might find one underneath. Nice look down there to Mendenhall. Nice. Mendenhall led him in scoring in the first half with 12, and he picks up a quick 2 on that one. Nice look from the inbounds play. Pulver right-hand side to Marcus Davidson. Marcus had a quiet first half, just couldn't get things going. Pulver finds him underneath. He goes up and over the 6'5", Reedy for 2.
Boy, good little drop step. Created some space with his broad shoulders there and be able to kind of lean back and ease that little 4-footer in.
Reedy underneath to his brother Joe Reedy. Reedy gets his own offensive rebound up for good for 2.
Way to stick with it there again. He saw Michael Pulver's in foul trouble already in front of him, and he has a sizable size advantage over, able to go straight up over the top of that putback.
Abe Hicks couldn't get the jumper to go. Ben Reedy with the rebound for Woodlan. Wiedenhof gets it in the corner. Mendenhall, cross-court pass stolen by Abe Hicks. Abe Hicks go all the way in with the right-handed layup.
Yeah, great steal by Abe on the defensive side. And again, aggressive play, taking it to the 10 on the offensive side of the ball as well.
Hicks gets him to double figures with 10. Joe Reedy looks to drive baseline against Pulver. Gets it underneath, back out to Wiedenhof for 3. Off the back rim.
Nice ball.
Frankie Skies for the rebound. Long pass ahead to Zane Burke. Nice spin move. Couldn't get it to go. Pulver tries to get the board. Instead, it's Wiedenhof for the Warriors. Joe Reedy with the long 3. Oh. Davidson fights again for the board. They're going to call that foul on Bayman.
Yeah, Frankie doing work on the glass both in the first half and now the second half as well. Yeah, Woodland's trying to put a body on him and trying to frustrate Frankie every opportunity they can. He's doing a good job trying to maintain composure and continue to play hard.
7 3-pointers in the first half by Blackhawk Christian. Only 1 by Woodland, and that was by their big man, Joe Reedy, who took that last 3. Marcus Davidson to Zane Burke.
There we go.
Burke finds Davidson underneath. A nice turnaround jumper for 2.
Boy, again, corralling that ball, power dribble, going up over his left-hand shoulder. He's got the size advantage, just flips it up and over that little baby hook.
17 tonight for Frankie. 61-35 our score. Reedy looks underneath.
Wow.
Nice turnaround jumper there by Mendenhall.
That was a tough pass. Good catch as well, right over the top of Michael Pulver.
Marcus Davidson, pull-up jumper, no good, short off the front rim. Rebound there by Wiedenhof. Gets it ahead to Joe Reedy. Nice steal there by Michael Pulver. Pulver with the quick hands gets it ahead to Zane Burke. Burke's going to go all the way in. Nice body control for 2.
Yeah, boy, it looked like the Woodland defender was in position to take a charge right there, and boy, Zane Burke is able to just, the right body control, slide out of the way and not pick up that offensive foul.
Reedy can't get it. Frank Davidson comes down with it for Blackhawk.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Go all the way in. They're going to count the 2 and the foul.
Wow, the freight train Frankie out on the fast break. Cuts to the left hand. Well, they tried everything they could to just tackle him almost, but Frankie, power move, laying it up and in with the finger roll.
Benjamin Reedy picks up his 3rd foul. Frank Davidson steps to the line to complete the 3-point play.
Nice.
And he does. Frankie Davidson taking Paul Suvar's advice, working on his free throws after last night. Looking good from the stripe tonight.
He's just too good of a shooter to miss 3 of them. 3 in one game.
Benjamin Reedy comes back with 3. His first points of the ball game. Nice pass. Hard throw down by Davidson.
Boy, brilliant penetration there by Michael Pulver, who finds the slicing Frank Davidson, who powers it up on the on the 10, crams it home.
Davidson looking to make up for lost time. 9 points here in the quarter. 20-second timeout by Woodland. Your score 68-40. 3:46 remaining to go here in the 3rd quarter. And it's been the Frank Davidson show here in the 3rd quarter with 9 quick points, including 2 emphatic slam dunks.
It's just power. It's the power game. They've been very intentional about trying to establish Franklin down on the low post. He's got a size advantage to him, and they're taking advantage of it. Whether it's been on post-ups, fast breaks, or again, Frankie making himself available as teammates slice into the lane. Yeah, Frankie he's putting his stamp on this 3rd quarter, and we still got 3 minutes and 46 seconds to play.
Yeah, that's been a big part of this quarter. His teammates with the penetration, and they're finding Frankie, instead of drifting out for the 3-pointer, they're finding him underneath instead, and he's got a couple real easy buckets underneath because of that.
Like it.
Coming out really aggressive here. I think he's taking out all of his first half frustrations here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was a little frustrated in the 2nd quarter, picking up that 3rd foul, having to sit for a large portion of the 2nd quarter going into halftime. You're absolutely right. I think he's trying to make up for lost time.
68-40 as Michael Pulver brings it across for the Braves. Marcus Davidson finds Zane Burke, and down low is Frankie Davidson, guarded by Mendenhall underneath. Fadeaway jumper, no good on the baseline. Burke flies in to try to get the rebound out of bounds to the Warriors. Coach Davidson likes the hustle there by Burke. Substitution here for the Warriors as Connor Norman checks into the ball game, replacing Bayman. 3.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Woodland has the ball. Looks like they'll face the 1-3-1 trapping defense there. Abe Hicks with the steal. Abe Hicks slam dunk.
Get up there, son. Abe Hicks with the pick and the punch at the other end.
First dunk we've seen from Hicks this season. Woodlan back with a three-point try, no good, and there's Pulver.
And what's another?
Pulver, he's going to go all the way in for two. Michael Pulver gets himself on the scoreboard. I think you saw what I saw. You saw Abe Hicks coming from behind him there on the right-hand lane. He was looking for another one. Oh, another near steal by Blackhawk. Pulver on the floor, gets to the head. Here's Davidson with the dunk.
The old gorilla press by Frankie. Again, defense turns to offense. It's initiated by none other than Michael Pulver. Scrappy.
Student section going crazy for these slam dunks. Has to be deflating for Woodlan.
Yeah.
You know, not only just the scoring, but the way they're scoring here in the third quarter. Jump shot there by Wiedenhoff is no good. Frankie's going to bring it all the way up.
Oh, nice
for
look.
Hicks. Hicks with a nice layup.
That was a beautiful look by Frankie. A little no-look slip pass to Abe Hicks, who was making himself available down on that right-hand block.
Abe Hicks with 6 points in the quarter, 14 for the game for the senior.
Wow.
Pulver with another steal. Tried to find Davidson. A little too far ahead, out of bounds to the Warriors. Nice idea there by Pulver. He saw Davidson up front, just led him a little bit too far.
I'll tell you what, this 1-3-1, like trapping zone in the half court that's extended out here is really giving Woodlan fits in the second half.
22nd timeout here by Woodlan as they come up on the offensive end of things, and they want to talk about just what you said, this trapping defense by Blackhawk, giving them all sorts of fits, coming up with several steals here in the last few possessions, leading to very easy offense for Blackhawk Christian, opening up to a 36-point lead here in the third quarter.
Yeah, give Coach Davidson credit going into halftime, and again, game planning for the second half here, making adjustments, understanding that, you know what, we've got some foul trouble, we've got some individuals who we've had really strong first halves. Let's try and throw a different look at Woodlan and see if we can't create some easy offense for ourselves, and that's exactly what the Braves have been able to do with this 1-3-1 defense.
I'll tell you, the one thing that Blackhawk hasn't done with their foul trouble in the second half here is lose the aggressiveness.
Yes.
If anything, they've turned it up a little bit.
That's a great point. That's a great point. You're absolutely right. The point of this 1-3-1 is Frankie with the 6'6" wingspan, creating all kinds of difficult passing lanes and passing angles for Woodlan, which is allowing like the off defender to kind of slice in Abe Hicks in this instance and be able to kind of pick off those passes. Oh, good hustle.
Davidson going for it. Are they going to get him for the foul? I think they are. Yeah, they're going to get him for number 4, I believe there.
Wow.
Aggressive play by Frankie, but you saw as soon as he went to the floor there, you saw what was coming. You saw they were going to call that foul.
That's a really tough play for Frankie. The ball's on the ground. Frankie's trying to make a play on it, and boy, who was it? That had to be...
Was it Mendenhall down there?
Might have been Mendenhall. Might have been. He was actually boxing Frankie out from trying to make a play on the ball. That's a really tough call on Frankie.
Well, and that's exactly what helped pick up the foul, was the fact that he was using his body to shield Abe Hicks with a huge block shot. Mendenhall back with it with a nice layup. Mitch Mendenhall with 6 points here in the quarter, 18 for the game for Mendenhall. Nice game for the 6'3" junior. Michael Pulver behind his back completely loses the defender with a layup.
Beautiful play by Michael. Again, being aggressive on the offensive end, just keeping him honest.
I'll tell you what, Pulver shows you there is that if he looks for his shot more often, he can get his shot and he can get the scoring. He just knows his role in this team as being more the distributor and the point guard and the scrappy defender.
That's a brilliant point. He understands his role. I think that is the key right there. He's playing the traditional point guard position, where he's trying to set up his teammates and establish some offensive sets. But if he wants his, he can definitely go out and get it.
Blackhawks slowing it down a little here now. Frank Davidson with a long three off the rim, no good. And Burke's going to pick up the cheap foul there, going for the offensive rebound. That's Zane's second on the team. Woodlan has the ball out of bounds, coming full court, trailing 78-42. Just under 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Blackhawk stays in the trapping defense. Bayman looks in the corner to Mendenhall now. Joe Reedy looks to get it back to Mendenhall. Does spin move in the lane. Layup couldn't go, and Michael Pulver comes away with the board. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Nice move underneath by Mendenhall. Just couldn't get it to go. Frank Davidson, long three off the rim. Zane Burke gets the offensive rebound this time. Nice play from behind there by Bayman. Coming down 8 seconds. Pulver tries to get the steal. Woodlan have it out of bounds with 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Davidson strives for a couple threes there in the last couple plays. Comes up just short. Pulver with another aggressive defensive play. Woodlan looks to get it in with 7 seconds. Reedy has it with 4 seconds. Underneath, Mendenhall couldn't get it to go. Foul called right before the end of the half. 1.1 seconds remaining. Marcus Davidson picks up the foul. That's his second.
Yeah, good offensive rebounding position there by Stuckey. Again, as the defense kind of rotated on that baseline drive, Stuckey was able to kind of slide in on the weak side and corral that offensive rebound and go straight back up with it.
Stuckey off with the first. One more free throw, then we're looking at 1.1 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got Woodlan, I believe, with the free throw lane violation. Blackhawk will look to bring it full court with 1.1.
They've had more than one of those tonight. It's kind of a rare call to see.
Long pass down.
Nice.
Davidson, fall away, jump. He makes it. Perfect. Putting the exclamation point on the quarter there for Frankie Davidson. And we go to the fourth quarter with Blackhawk Christian with the lead, 80-42 on The Voice.
The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Indiana, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard. Always do your best. And if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
The officials, and we tip our hat to the officials here tonight as well.
Yes, we do.
As they hand the ball off to Woodlan to begin the fourth quarter. 80-42 is our score. Blackhawk Christian with the advantage. Woodlan has the ball. Bayman has it out top. Still looking at this trapping defense from Blackhawk Christian. Wiedenhof has it on the left-hand side. Cross court to Bayman. Down on the baseline, Joe Reedy. Joe Reedy, the freshman, gets it to Stuckey, the senior. Inside there now is Benjamin Reedy. Gets it out to Wiedenhof.
Nice steal.
Tried to thread the needle inside to Joe Reedy, and Burke with the steal. Burke
Nice
looks
look.
to Abe. Hicks for 2.
Boy, beautiful fast break right there. Great steal on the defensive side by Zane. Again, leading the break. Dumping that ball over to Abe. Easy layup.
Long three-pointer. Good by Joe Reedy on the other end.
Boy, good look by him. He's had a couple of those tonight.
Nice steal there by Woodlan. Benjamin Reedy coming back for the Warriors. Michael Pulver fell down. Looked like he may have twisted his ankle there a little bit. Turnaround, Bayman, good for 2. Going to look at Michael there. Coming up a little ginger on the ankle. Coach Davidson's going to get Trinity in there for him.
He might end up stepping on somebody's foot, rolling that ankle a little bit.
For Michael Pulver, that might slow him down to 60 miles an hour, maybe instead of 70. I'm not sure there. So
maybe,
yeah. Trinity Clark will get some minutes here now in the fourth quarter. Abe Hicks with a penetration, left-hand side, fall away, jumper no good. Frankie with a nice board, gets it to Hicks. Zane Burke, Marcus Davidson, top of the key.
There we go.
4-3.
Well, he's been searching for it all night. He's just been a little out of rhythm, it feels like Marcus has been. But, boy, step in, rhythm three right there. Beautiful pass by Zane. Splashes it home.
Marcus' first three of the night. Joe Reedy all alone underneath 4-2.
Oh, beautiful pass there. Cross court down to the left block. Good look.
Marcus Davidson will try the right-hand corner. Doesn't quite get it.
Oh, nice.
Hicks with a nice tip to Zane Burke for two. Zane Burke, 29 points tonight for the sophomore. Nice tip there by Abe Hicks.
There we go.
Abe Hicks comes away with the steal. Hicks looking for Trinity Clark. Nice unselfish play, and we'll get the foul called there. Looks like on Joe Reedy.
That was a 4-on-1. I think Abe was just trying to figure out who to pass it to. All kinds of different options. Good strong move there by Trinity to receive that ball. Absorb the contact, get a couple free throws here.
Abe was trying to think, who let me eat part of their lunch today?
That's right.
Who do I owe a favor to?
Who shared their fruit roll-up with me? Yeah.
Clark
Trinity
off the back rim.
There we go.
Substitutions here for Blackhawk Christian. Davidson, Burke, and Marcus Davidson all out of the ball game. Abe Hicks. Abe Hicks is going to stay in here, actually. He looked like he was coming out, but Cooper Wild into the ball game, as well as Jake Boyer and Jacob Lindsay. All three of those guys saw some first-half minutes tonight.
Yeah, good minutes from all of them, really.
Clark hits the second free throw, 6 points tonight for Trinity. 88-49 our score, just under 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Joe Reedy out top against Boyer. Penetration, comes back out to the three-point line, now tries baseline, dumps it off to Mendenhall. Mendenhall couldn't get it to go. Abe Hicks with the board. Hicks gets the head to Clark, and the referee right in the position of the ball. Abe Hicks penetration for two.
Boy, beautiful aggressive play there by Abe Hicks, receiving that pass and cutting it into the lane.
Nice move by Bayman. Couldn't get the layup to go. Cooper Wild with a nice board, and he is fouled there underneath. Looks like that foul's going to go against Mendenhall. Mendenhall's third tonight. Nice rebound there by Cooper.
Cooper's gotten some really good minutes. First half action. When the Braves were in some serious foul trouble there, coming off the bench and providing a spark, some stability for the Braves. And again, yet here in the second half, getting some minutes in the fourth quarter here.
Clark gets it out to Jacob Lindsay. Steal there by Bayman, and they're going to get Lindsay on the hold. Nice job there by Bayman out top.
Yeah, good quick hands right there, being able to swat that ball away from Jacob.
Jacob looked away just for a second, and that was all the time that Bayman needed to get that steal. Woodlan has it now out top. Blackhawk will fall back into a man-to-man here now. Reedy out top, guarded by Hicks. Gets it down to Joe Reedy. Nice cut there by Mendenhall. Couldn't get the layup to go. Wild tried for the defensive rebound, knocked away. Blackhawk Christian with the ball. Woodlan not quitting here, and not by any means. Some nice penetration moves. Joe Reedy had a nice three here a few minutes ago. Nice screen, nice block by Joe Reedy underneath. The big man showing his size, showing his athletic ability. Now Benjamin Reedy tries to go behind the back, find himself open. Trinity Clark with a nice defensive possession there. Cooper Wild with the recipient. Trinity Clark goes all the way in. Nice block again by Woodlan. The Reedy brothers teaming up for that one.
Wow.
Just when he thought Clark had the entire baseline to himself, both Reedy brothers collapsed on him. The Braves will take the ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, strong move by Trinity to try and get it into the lane, but again, both times denied by the Reedies.
Oh, that time denied by the rim.
Man.
Just couldn't quite get it to go. Here comes Woodland back on possession. It's Bayman out top. Gets it over to the senior, Stuckey. Stuckey going against Boyer. Nice block shot by Boyer. I'm still going to call it a nice block shot by Boyer. But he does pick up the foul. That's his first.
A bit of a delayed call on that. Again, from our perspective, it did look kind of clean from the bird's nest here. Maybe got him a little body down low, possibly.
We've had a few delayed calls tonight, almost like they're waiting for that shot to go down so they don't have to call that foul, but when it doesn't, then they've got it there in their pocket.
Yep.
So
goodness.
Stuckey at the line. Free throw is good. 90-50 our score, 4 minutes remaining. Clark will back it out a little bit on the left-hand side, looks down to Boyer. Boyer with a nice post-up looking for help, gets it to Wild. Wild looking for help now, gets to Abe Hicks. Now Wild gets it over left-hand side to Clark. Clark takes the three-pointer off the front rim, no good. Nice rebound there by Mendenhall. Mendenhall with a little push ahead. Nice up and under move, couldn't quite get it to fall. Nice block out, and Boyer gets the board. Whenever the ball hits the floor like that, you know it's a nice box out. Wild inside, she can get the layup to go. Foul on the play. Mendenhall picks up his fourth.
Yeah, great pass by Jacob Lindsay there. That was probably a 45-foot pass on an angle, hitting Cooper in stride, trying to set him up for that layup.
Wild had a couple free throws earlier on in the second quarter. Nice. Gets that one to go.
There we go.
Kilgus checks into the ball game for Abe Hicks. Great ball game tonight for Hicks.
Oh, he
I have him for 18 points tonight.
Yeah, tremendous minutes, starters minutes there for Abe.
Wild couldn't get the second one to go. Kilgus couldn't come up with a board, and here comes Woodlan. Stuckey gets it left-hand side. Out now, Bayman thought about the really long three. Throw it onto it instead. He looks to drive against Wild. Step back. Now we got Mendenhall guarded by Lindsay. Gets it left-hand side. Nice reach in there by Wild. Lindsay looks to push ahead to Clark. Clark got tripped. And they're going to call him out of bounds.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
He almost saved that one somehow.
Did,
if he hadn't been on the baseline, I think he was going to save it, actually. 30 Austin McIntosh into the ball game, replacing Cooper Wild. Wild with some nice minutes tonight for the senior.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes to go in the ball game. 91-50 is our score. Mendenhall in the lane against Boyer. Gets it out to Donovan. Left-hand side now, Stuckey. Stuckey in the lane. Nice one-hander, no good. Out of bounds. They're going to keep it with Woodlan. Substitution into the ball game. Got 13. I don't have him on the roster. I'm not sure. I think he may have said Kane Brandenburger. Brandenburger wore 12 in the JV game. He may be wearing 13 here in the varsity. We apologize if we have that name wrong. Penetration for Woodlan, loses the ball out of bounds, off his knee, out of bounds to Blackhawk. Kilgus gets it into Lindsay, 2.5 remaining now in the ball game. Lindsay will bring it up against Connor Norman. Lindsay looks for help, gets it to McIntosh. McIntosh looks across court to Trinity Clark. Clark thought about the three, nice move to the left. Clark gets to Lindsay, shoots the three, off the rim. Boyer's going to go over the back with the foul. It's Boyer's second of the night. 16 foul on Blackhawk Christian, one more in the bonus. Woodlan will bring a full court, 91-50 our score.
Well, the first 4 games here that the Braves have played, they've really poured on the offense, and they've been able to play some teams that were either in kind of rebuilding mode or a little bit young, a little bit inexperienced at the varsity level yet. Not a bad way to start the year off. I mean, being able to average 90-plus points a game over the span of your first 4 games and having your margin of victory being around 40 points is pretty impressive.
Jacob Boyer checks out of the ball game as Jalen Morris checks in for Blackhawk. Yeah, you were mentioning before the game, Blackhawk actually leads the state in offensive average, averaging over 90 points a game. And we certainly haven't done anything to hurt that average here tonight.
That is true.
With 91 so far. As Connor Norman hits the free throw for his second point of the night. We also lead the state in margin of victory as well.
Margin,
and this one's not going to hurt that figure either.
That's true.
Connor Norman hits the second. Nice free throws there by Norman. Lindsay gets it over to Kilgus. Kilgus gets it to Morris, and now Clark. Clark looks inside to Kilgus. Kilgus double teamed. Now McIntosh with it. McIntosh with the jumper. Now Clark gets the rebound for two.
There we go.
Right place, right time for Trinity Clark there.
Yeah, glad to see that go in for Trinity. He's missed his last 3 shots or so.
Clark with 8 points tonight. Nice reach in by Jacob Lindsay, and they're going to get the foul called there. I think it's going to be Lindsay. Yep.
Looked like it.
That's his second. I'm sorry, that's his third, actually. And Connor Norman back to the line for Woodlan. Just nailed a couple free throws a few minutes ago. First one is good. Nice looking stroke by Norman. That's his 4th free throw overall tonight. Second one for Norman off the front rim, and Jalen Morris gets the rebound for the Braves. Morris looks for a little help. Lindsay gets it now.
Nice.
Underneath it, Landon gets in there for 2.
Great pass by Lindsay again. Landon Kilgus making himself available down by the rim. Getting rewarded.
Out top, and there's Bayman. Shoots the 3 off the back rim. Woodland fighting for them with themselves for the rebound. We don't get the call there. Just over a minute remaining now in the ball game. Here's Norman. Clark tried to look for the steal. Now they got it underneath for 2. That's Brennan Donovan. No, I'm sorry, that's Christian Moore under there. Christian Moore with 2. Nice hustle there by Bayman. Out of bounds to the Braves. Some guys getting some time here for Woodland as well. Yep. Christian Moore played some JV minutes earlier tonight, getting some varsity minutes here now. Kilgus looks in. Lindsay all the way in for 2.
Wow, pretty floater there by Lindsay, kissing it off the glass with his offhand. He's a lefty. He floated that up there with his right hand.
Just over 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Nice drive there, no good. Here comes McIntosh now for the Braves. McIntosh looks for the penetration baseline. Couldn't get there to go. Trinity Clark in the corner for 3. Also no good. And there's the rebound there for Jack Stuckey for Woodland. Jack Stuckey with the shot, no good. And McIntosh has it for the Braves. There's a nice steal by Norman. Norman's going to pull it out. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. And we've got ourselves a ball game. Nice game tonight by both teams. We got your final score. Blackhawk Christian 97. Woodland 55. We'll be back to wrap things up here in a few minutes on The Voice.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Indiana. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Rob!
Yeah!
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian. Here to wrap things up tonight. Your final score, Blackhawk Christian 97, Woodlan 55. Hard-fought game by both teams. Blackhawk Christian really came out on fire and really just consistent all the way through is best the way to put it for Blackhawk Christian. Some foul trouble in the first half, some great minutes off the bench by several different guys for Blackhawk Christian. Again, playing tonight without Caleb First as well with that broken finger. Blackhawk Christian, several different guys contributing to the win tonight.
Yeah, a really good team effort. But you're absolutely right. Short-handed a little bit with their big man, Caleb First on the shelf with a hand injury that he's dealing with currently. But even through that, you're right. Foul trouble is what kind of plagued the Braves in the first half. They came out rolling, trying to establish Frankie on the block, and they did a good job of that. But it didn't take long, and quite a few whistles later, we had a whole bunch of Braves players who were saddled with foul trouble, which allowed Coach Davidson to kind of dip into his bench, and dip into the bench he did. We had all kinds of different varieties of players and lineups out on the floor, but it didn't matter who Coach Davidson rolled out. Each player gave him really good minutes. Cooper Wild in particular, trying to pick up some low post play, grabbing some rebounds, some hustle plays, keeping plays alive. And then Abe Hicks. Goodness, that young man stepped in big for Caleb First. He took the starting role tonight. He really took advantage of it.
Yeah, Abe Hicks with 18 points tonight, consistent all the way through the game. Hit one three-pointer. A couple moments there late in the third quarter there where he had 2 or 3 steals in a row.
Yes.
He went in for what we think was his first dunk of the season,
yeah.
and followed it up with another layup off of a steal. Abe Hicks also came up with 5 rebounds and at least 3 steals. I mean, we didn't keep the steals stats up here, but I mean, I remember at least 3 on those cross-court passes where he would just cutting into that passing lane and take it all the way in for a layup down on the other end. So great game by Abe Hicks. Leading the scoring for Blackhawk Christian tonight was sophomore Zane Burke. Burke came up with 29 points and, 5 3-pointers for Zane Burke tonight. And Zane Burke really took over in that second quarter when that foul trouble happened with several of the guys. Burke scored 15 points in that second quarter alone.
Yeah, he was just on fire. And really in a situation where, again, we don't want to keep mentioning it, but, Caleb First being on the shelf, that's nearly 20 points a night that has to come from someone. And Zane Burke really took the reins during the second quarter there, particularly hitting from deep. I think all 5 of his threes first half, I believe, yes?
Yes, 2 in the first quarter, 3 there in that second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he really forced the action again in typical Zane Burke fashion. Was able to kind of orchestrate offense, lead breaks, cut in, play good hard-nosed defense, cut in, grab steals. And then, as we saw, first half in particular, when he put up 25 himself, being able to spot up from 3 and hit those wide-open shots as his teammates found him.
Now, Frankie Davidson found himself in a little bit of foul trouble there in the first half. So in the second half, coming out of halftime, he said, you know what? I need to get my points and get them in a hurry before I pick up more fouls. And he did just that. 13 points in the third quarter alone for Frankie Davidson. A couple of emphatic slam dunks here on this end that really, just deflated Woodlan with those just monster dunks on that end. Frankie comes up with 26 points tonight for the senior. again, the foul trouble limited his playing time a little bit there in the second quarter. He didn't score at all in the second quarter. He had 13 in the first quarter, 13 in the third quarter.
Pretty good mirror symmetry right there, first half, second half action. And, yeah, there's some nights where, you know, we almost say it's like it's a quiet 25 from Franklin, or a quiet 33. You know, it's just in the flow of the offense, but his 26 tonight was pretty loud.
They were loud.
They were loud. He came out and, you know, he established himself in the low post. I feel like the game plan tonight for the Braves was to try and do that, to try and get Frankie involved down on the block, and they did. Well, I tell you, the first quarter he was able to kind of get that low post presence rolling, and absolutely in the second half he was grabbing steals, getting out on the break, and, you know, hammering the ball home with, you're absolutely right, all kinds of emphatic dunks.
Yeah, and Abe Hicks took the place of Caleb First in the starting lineup, but I feel like Frankie took it on himself to pick up the slack from Caleb First, especially on the low post. You know, I mean, not a lot of size in there other than Frankie when he took Caleb out of the lineup, and he took it upon himself to make himself the low post presence of the night for the Braves.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, the reality of it is, Frankie he's kind of that hybrid 4-3, small forward, power forward action going on down there. But he's not the traditional 5, but he's kind of pressed into action because of Caleb First's injury. And you're absolutely right. I really feel like he did. He took that upon himself to say, all right, this is the position I have to be in. I'm going to fill this role, and he filled it admirably.
8 rebounds tonight for Frankie as well, going along with those 26 points. We mentioned Abe Hicks, 18 points tonight. Starting lineup for Hicks, and he took big advantage of it. 18 points for Abe, just played an all-around great game for Hicks.
Yes.
8 points tonight for Trinity Clark. Spread those out to 5 in the first quarter, 3 in the fourth quarter. Good night for Trinity, including a 3-pointer. 5 points for Marcus Davidson. You know, not a good shooting night for Marcus, I'd say. He had a lot of trouble getting the shots to go down in the first half, but he stayed in there. I mean, he played a lot of minutes, played really aggressively on the defensive end, and finally got a 3 to fall there in the fourth quarter. All 5 of his points in the second half for Marcus Davidson. 4 points for Michael Pulver tonight. Again, all over the court.
Yeah.
Defensive pressure, just like always for Pulver. Found his own buckets, 2 layups there in the third quarter. Came up with a little bit gimpy on the ankle there in the end, toward the end of the fourth quarter, and we hope Michael's all right with that. 4 points tonight for him. 3 for Cooper Wild. We mentioned Cooper tonight.
Yeah,
5 rebounds to go along with those 3 points. And Cooper, he's the guy that kind of stepped in that first half when some of that foul trouble happened and really played really good minutes for Blackhawk tonight.
Yeah, when Coach Davidson had to reach into his bench to try and find some individuals to fill in down on the block as fouls started to amass for his squad. Yeah, Cooper really answered the bell. I mean, he came in with energy, with passion. Played really good defense, was able to pick up rebounds, and really fill in the gap, step into the gap for the Braves. Really important role. Good minutes tonight for Cooper.
Other scoring for the Braves, 2 points tonight for Landon Kilgus and 2 points for Jacob Lindsay. That rounds out the scoring, 97 points for the Braves. For the Woodland Warriors, 2 guys in double figures and both with 18 points. Mitch Mendenhall and Joe Reedy. Really the go-to guys all night for Woodland. Joe Reedy, great game tonight. He's only a freshman, and at 6'5", with the kind of driving ability he has, but then he steps out, shoots the three-pointer very well as well. I mean, the future's bright for Joe Reedy.
Yeah, no question about it. 6'5" frame. He's going to fill that out a little bit more and probably stretch out a little bit himself. Yeah, Woodland's got a nice little player there in Joe Reedy, no question, to build on in the future.
And Mitch Mendenhall just driving, slashing all over the place tonight. Mitch ended up with 18 points as well. I believe he's only a junior. He's 6'3", so a couple key players coming back. In fact, only, like we mentioned, only one senior on the squad for Woodland tonight. Not a starter, although Stuckey did play significant minutes, but all their starters were underclassmen, and this Woodland team really has a lot of room to grow there with all these underclassmen. Other scoring for Woodland tonight, 6 points for Aiden Bayman, 4 points for Connor Norman, 3 for Brennan Donovan, 3 for Benjamin Reedy, 2 points each for Jack Stuckey and Christian Moore. And that rounded out the scoring. Again, the final score 97-55. Blackhawk Christian with the big win. Another night over 90 for the Braves. Extends their offensive average for the season.
Yes, it does.
Now, 4 straight home games to start the season for Blackhawk Christian, and now the Braves hit the road.
Yep.
So next game against Canterbury, at Canterbury next Friday night. Then they have Adams Central on the road, and then a new team on their schedule this year, Indianapolis Manual, coming up 3 days before Christmas. We've got several road games before we're back here at home on January 5th.
Yep.
This will be a key stretch for the Braves.
Yeah, absolutely will. Yeah, to kind of test their mettle here. They've got their holiday tournament coming up to kind of see where they stack up against those teams. They're going to be involved with the tournament there as well. Absolutely. Good road test for them. It's always kind of nice to have that home cooking at the start of the year, get your feet underneath you, try and create a little bit of that chemistry. You can't simulate game situations as much as you try to within scrimmages and whatnot. Nothing could be a substitute for actual game play and game time. It's kind of nice to be able to start the season with 4 home games, and you're absolutely right. Now hit the road here, see what we can do when we take the show on the road.
Woodlan falls to 1-5 on the season. Their next game is coming up at Adams Central, again next Friday night for the Warriors. So that'll do it for us here for tonight. And again, we won't be back with you until January 5th, so hopefully you don't forget about us. Once you mark this page there on your channel, remember it. We'll try to remind you. Maybe we'll put out some flyers around the public or something come beginning of January. Our New Year's resolution is for all of you to join us back here on January 5th. So happy holidays from us, of course. We hope you guys have a great Christmas time with your families. Everybody be safe, and we will see you back here on January 5th for the matchup against Concordia. So for Paul Suvar, I'm Brian Greenwalt, signing off here tonight on The Voice.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.